went to go see Weapons. Spoiler alert, just so y'all know, spoiler alert. If you didn't know, that's what a review does, because it's a little spoiler. Movie for me was an 8.5 out of 10. Solid movie overall. Some people was like, oh, they spit on Jordan Peele's shoes, because you know Jordan Peele lost a bid for the movie. Jordan Peele ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm not saying that the movie is bad, but it was a very solid movie, but it's not something that like overly tops Get Out, Us, or Nope, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm going to talk about the things I liked, the things I didn't like, the MVP of the movie. I was going to give MVPs of the movie. MVP of this movie was Alex. That little bro Alex, he knew what he was doing. I mess with Alex heavy. That is a smart kid. I also liked how the movie touched on a couple things about child trafficking, abuse, police brutality, actually, too. It touched on a lot of matters that I really fuck with in a way that was just in a nice message type shit. My gripes with the movie, the things I didn't like was about the curse. So as you guys know, the movie has this curse where people ran at you with their arms out like like a weapon, a missile. Like they pretty much explained it. So the way the curse worked is you need the hair of the person you want to attack, an item of the person that's attacking said person, the twig that is the magic twig that bonds them together, and then the blood of the user who's making it happen. So once the blood is wrapped is alongside the twig and the hair and the thing the user uses, you break it, and then they attack that person, attacks the person whose hair it was. I messed with the curse. I didn't like the consistency of it. For example, with Marcus. Side note, the movie follows along the presence of, you like the movie's Crash or Vantage Point. It goes off the perspective of each of the person's, the main character's point of view that they had. I really fuck with movies like that. Marcus was one of the first people we saw that got the thing in real time. So when he got possessed, one of the big things I didn't like is when he murdered his boyfriend, unfortunately, he headbutted him. But before he headbutted him, he threw up a lot of black tar onto his face. We never saw that again in the whole entire movie. He was the only person that did that. So I was like, what the fuck did the black tar come from? Like, where did that consistency from? There was no consistency with that. And then also, when we was down in the basement with Matthew's dad, when he was looking for Matthew, and then Auntie Gladys came out of nowhere, grabbed his chain, and then he was under control. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that she went down there to prep because she knew that his ass was going to come down to the final, which is why her plan was to get a sneak attack on him. She grabbed his chain, and then did she have the hair from the teacher, our main character? I forgot her name, it's just my head. Did she have the hair of her already? Did she have a twig ready? Because like, if me personally, if I see a little elderly lady who is very fragile and delicate grab my chain, she's not going to have enough time to break it, because I'm a grab her, bro. I'm just thinking to myself the consistency of the curse was a little turn off point for me. The big thing that I did like was, like I said, Alex and some of the messages in the movie. So as you guys know, they said the children left at 2:17 a.m. They all ran out of nowhere. I was thinking to myself, 2:17 has to be a Bible verse. I thought Psalms 2:17, but there's no Psalms 2:17. Then my friend was like, maybe it's one of the characters. Whose name was said the most in the movie? Which child's name was said the most during the movie? Matthew. And if you look at Matthew 2:17, it is an alibi to Jeremiah 13:15 about the children who left Ramah and they wept because they were not found. That boosted the score a lot. It's definitely got some nice subliminal messages within the movie and the things that the matter of it, and I really do fuck with that a lot. I really do. And then last but not least, we gotta talk about the MVP. We gotta talk about Alex, man. Let me talk about the little boy Alex. Alex knew from the get-go what he needed to do and how he needed to do it. For example, I'm glad it said, hey, I'm controlling your parents. He was like, what's going on with my peoples, whatnot. She's like, no, they're fine. He threw water in his dad's face, and he was like, no, he's not responsive. You did something to him. He already knew. Boy was smart. When he went to the classroom, I'm glad it said, collect all the names of your people in your class. He grabbed all their name tags. I wouldn't have thought of that. Smart kid. The last scene, when Alex was in the room, his room, and watching his Aunt Gladys, as she put down the salt marker, and his parents is right there on the mind control. If he passed the salt marker, he knew his parents were running him. The route that he took was very underrated, and people didn't notice it. He knew how they act under the curse and how they weren't fully there. He purposely crossed the line and went the long way back to the room so that he can get as much time as possible, because he knew they weren't going to open the door conventionally. They were going to try to break it down. He gave himself so much time to make sure he got into that room and reversed the curse to attack his auntie instead. Really was a smart kid from the get-go, knew he had to do it, made sure he followed direction, but formed a plan while making it happen and noticed everything that was around. Alex, MVP, knew what he was doing. That kid is going places. Actor is all going places. Please check out the movie. It's a good movie to check out. Don't be entitled by other people's opinions. Watch it for yourself.